Novo lit that shit bang.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment, and today I want to talk about the Accuser interview with the CallMeCarson accuser, Sam, or at the very least, someone who is claiming to be Sam. Now, for those of you who are unaware, a user came onto Twitter known as Sam. They went by the @miniborb, and they accused Carson of grooming and, P-word allegations. Now, later they took back the P-word allegations, but continued to call Carson a groomer because when she was 17 and Carson was 19, they sexted with each other. Now, we've been through those entire conversations. I think you have to be mental to call Carson a groomer, and I think the overwhelming majority of people are at least very honest with themselves and with most people and say there's nothing wrong with the relationship between a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old. Now, it doesn't change the fact that because people like, like Noah Hugbox and whoever that other idiot was, Trevor something, went on to Drama Alert with Keemstar and claimed that Carson was having, sexual conversations with minors, claiming that they didn't know that the people were 17 when Carson was 19, and everyone just kind of jumped on board that train, including Keemstar, who continues to call people involved in anything with a minor a CallMeCarson situation. Now, the narrative has changed to, well, it's wrong because of a situation between a YouTuber and their fans and a power dynamic. I point to PewDiePie and his wife. They go, yeah, but, he was a much smaller creator at the time. And I go, well, so was Carson. And there you go. That's this entire drama in a nutshell. People being incredibly fucking stupid. But Carson has taken a complete hiatus from YouTube, from uploading. I kind of understand. His friend stabbed him in the back, and you have just absolute malformed ideology thanks to people like Keemstar who have, convinced these idiots that, Carson is legitimately like a P word and shit. Anyways, this is the issue I had with Accuser's interview with this account, right? And I had Accuser on the stream last night. I have no ill will towards Accuser. I thought we had a great conversation, in fact. And if you haven't already, I'll put a link to our stream in the description. He joins in about like 5-ish minutes, and we go over his interview, and we go into a lot of other subjects, actually. And normally I would just clip out that segment into the stream and upload that, but I go off on so many tangents that I really want to just keep it to this part here. So Accuser uploaded this interview yesterday, right? It's basically a back and forth conversation on Twitter between himself and the account that's claiming to be Sam, right? Now, I want to own up to something, right? When I first saw that account come back, I thought it was Sam, right? Because it was making statements like this. I said I didn't regret due to the fact that everything was out of the place. I was emotionally open to him and I wanted to have a natural relationship with him, not a friends with benefits relationship. When it really hard is, he was always horny 24/7. And I wanted to have a relationship, nothing else. So I thought it was Sam at the time because when it came back, it wasn't, I'm at fault, Keemstar's awful, Noah is a terrible person, they're all threatening me. It was because it came back and was still blaming Carson for things, right? So I did think at that time when I saw these tweets that this was the original Sam account. And I was doing a stream on Friday to talk about it, along with some other stuff, when the Sam account that same day did a total 180 and started accusing, Keemstar of manipulating her, accusing Carson's old friends of putting a target on his back, all this stuff, right? And started to, self-deprecate in a really humiliating way to the point where I was like, something doesn't seem right here. Something isn't clicking here. So I put out a couple statements on Twitter, right? Being kind of snarky and shit. I knew some people were actually reaching out to the account on my behalf, and I do appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Kind of trying to set up some bait to see if I could confirm, because I didn't know 100%. I just had a really good feeling if this was fake or if it was real, right? I figured if I went ahead and played along, I could get this person to come onto the stream, either in the chat or more hopefully they would actually come onto the stream itself, and I could question them directly and debunk it. After my back and forth on Twitter, they did not take the bait. They started coming up with excuses about how they have a huge target on their back. They feel threatened. All this stuff, right? And when I asked for proof, I nothing, right? When I tried to get them to like say, hey, you're going to bring more legitimacy if you come forward, they started going on about how they wanted to be on Drama Alert and get Keemstar's attention. The whole thing was just a total mess, right? Now, I couldn't move forward with it. At the time when I was streaming, I told my chat what was going on, and unfortunately, I just could not move forward with this story the way that I was hoping to. I said I kind of think that this entire thing is fake. Now, iJazzer was then contacted by the Sam account, right? Or I think he reached out to the Sam account. The Sam account started talking to him, and largely came up with the same excuses. I have a huge target on my back, as you can see right over here. And I think iJazzer was a little irresponsible in the upload, right? And that's not me being a dick or trying to send him hate or anything. But I saw some like the opening statements over here. Somebody is keeping her quiet. She finally tells the truth. I mean, yeah, that's what it's claiming. The problem is when you try to get any proof that this is Sam, the account says that they're threatened, they have a target on their back. And I'm like, logically speaking, this account has already come forward, has already made the statements, has already directly tagged Keemstar, Noah, and started calling them out directly, right? And I'm going like, it's not like you're anonymously contacting people, you're openly tweeting about it. And when we're asking you, hey, can you come on a voice call? Hey, can you do a video and explain this stuff yourself, show your face? No, I'm being targeted and I feel threatened. It doesn't make sense, because if you felt that way and you're doing it under your original Twitter account, they're going to know it's you, right? So I hate having these red flags go off, right? And I hate it when people just quintuple down. Now, this is, again, not me sending hate towards iJazzer at all. His coverage of the Carson stuff, I've watched a few of the videos. If you want me to be critical of anything, I guess you could say he jumps the gun on some stuff, but at the end of the day, he doesn't make things up. He doesn't just crap out information that's false, right? He saw this. He thought it was Sam. He came forward with the video. I can appreciate that he's just running with the information that he has. I personally didn't feel as good about uploading that onto my channel because of the red flags that were going off in my head, but I had already had the conversation with the person. I had already seen them do a complete 180. So I'm just saying that this is not me trying to attack iJazzer. And again, I also wanted to update because when I first saw the account, just like when iJazzer saw it, I thought it was legitimately Sam because I was seeing messages still dragging Carson. So yeah, maybe I helped contribute to that. So I'll take the L and apologize. But it was pretty clear to me something was wrong when it started to self-deprecate, say that they were doing it all for clout and they lied and made the whole thing up. And, Keemstar manipulated them. They're tagging Keemstar. I don't know. Now, I did want to see one thing here. Drama Alert did actually leave a comment on this, right? This entire vid is BS. He's not talking to the real Sam. She changed her username on Twitter. He's talking to a troll that made an account with her old username. Actually, a couple things, right? She deactivated the Twitter account. She did make an alt account. And when this account came forward again, that alt account was disabled, right? So Keem's just a fucking moron. Actually, I want to see some of the conversation here. Sure, dude, the fucking... Oh. I was hoping there was a little bit of back and forth, but I guess not. Show more replies. I doubt that there's anything. Look. I don't think Keemstar, of all people, should ever criticize anyone for jumping the gun on a story, right? Keemstar, you gotta be first with the story! I think that's fucking hilarious, right? I think it's fucking hilarious. But also, his reasoning here, that it's a troll account because she made a new Twitter, one of the things that does bring some legitimacy to people thinking that it's the real Sam is that the alt account that Sam had made has also been deleted, right? Or deactivated, right? And that's when this other account came forward using the old @ I don't know. I'm just giving you guys all the information that I have available. Off the top of my head, I do think that this account is a fake troll, right? I tried to get it to come forward and either expose it or, actually get it on the record, face and all saying these things. They wouldn't do it. I don't think iJazzer is a bad person. I think he jumped the gun on this one, and I can understand why, right? Because he has definitely been grinding on the Carson content. And third, of all people, of every single person on YouTube, if there's one individual who should never criticize anyone for jumping the gun to be first on a story, it's fucking Keemstar.
Novo, let that shit bang.